Huh.
All right. So I got the sealer open and it's stinky. I don't have a brain cell to spare. Okay. I figured out the mix ratio on this, and I don't want to mix a lot because I'm only doing just the top of this guitar. I got my door closed, so there's no ventilation at all. So I'm going to keep this on as much as I can. So, one of these little cups up to the 25 cc or milliliter line, and then 20 drops of the catalyst. So I'm going to do a couple of these cups and 40 drops of catalyst. And I'm going to put them in here. So well, you can't see the product. There's the product. So it doesn't need to be stirred in the pot. It's all stirred up just fine. So I think I'm just going to fill my little cup up by letting the stick drain off, like so. Obviously the way to do this is to have a lot of projects lined up and ready to go. That might very well be enough, but I'm going to go ahead and do another 25-30 cc here. This is just the next day. In fact, I put the video up this morning, and then this stuff came in. I told you it was I filmed it last night, and then I don't always get videos up this quick, but I kind of needed to get something up because it had been a while. I had my granddaughter here. We did some traveling, and so it's been busy, and so I wanted to get a video up on YouTube. So you can still see this or not. I'm just going to go with drops here. And that should be enough. That's 40 drops. Oh, wait a second, that was 20 drops. Okay, a couple extras. Now, the deal with this stuff is if you read the paperwork, it's really not super important how much you get in. If you get less in, it's just going to take longer to dry. In fact, you can mix it. I think it's all pretty much, you can do either a half an ounce to a quart or a fourth of an ounce to a quart, and it just changes your pot life. So with more hardener, it just doesn't give you as much working time. So it should be fine. And like I said, I got plenty here to do this. I'm going to go ahead and coat it, and I don't have anything to do with the rest of this stuff, so if I've mixed way too much. I could have just done the 25 cc's and the 20 drops and then mixed more if I needed it, but let's just see what happens here. That's kind of interesting too. It's really kind of pinky in the container, and now that I've got the hardener in it, it's kind of made it brown looking. So here we go. Now I'll catch that in a second. Okay, let's feel and make sure nothing's in the way there. All right. That always looks pinker than that for some reason. I want this to go on fairly heavy, so I'm not going to have that much of this left. And I'll definitely do more than one coat. Well, I guarantee you that one wouldn't have gone very far, so I'm glad I mixed it twice. Well, I haven't gone over the edge yet either. Well, it's empty. Kind of rolling around, I'm putting pressure on the edge now because I want that, definitely want it to soak through the very edge of this. I haven't decided if I'm rounding over or binding this. I did put the arm contour on here so that if I want to round it over, I can, but you can also bind it still. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to wait the 20 minutes, I think they said, and let it get tacky, and then they usually look stringy. So I'm going to let that happen, and then I'm going to give it a second coat. I think I probably will bind this, but I'm trying not to be intimidated by Matt because he says he thinks they look terrible with a burst on the edges, but I won't know until I try it. Okay, so I fiddle parted with that enough. I'm going to go ahead and nail the lid on this, open the door, and come back, I think in about 20 minutes, and do another coat. Okay, so second coat here, I've got another little jar. The other plastic container I mixed the first batch in, just melted. I came back out to grab it and it was melted. So same mix ratio that I did the first time, and The roller is still soft, so I'm going to use the same roller. And I do have a fan on, so obviously you got some background noise. I don't think it's going to soak in this time. It should go a little farther maybe. Got probably about half of it left. I'm going to go ahead and put it on. I want it to build up. Okay, back for the third coat. I am just going to trim the excess fabric. I've already done, where is the camera? Gosh, already done some of it. You can see right here a little bit. Anyway, so it's easier for me to do it upside down so I can see the edge of the guitar. Yeah, I put a little note on my last video asking what you thought about binding versus round over. I've decided to bind it, and I don't think I had any responses on it, but it was kind of like after the fact, so people are probably done with it, which is completely okay. I am going to do that, so I'm just going to do a couple seconds of me trimming this, and then I'll get the router set up just to flush cut this thing. All right, so I think you can see that edge, and it's like I said, it's just easier for me to see the edge of the body looking down on the fabric than to do it from the top and just hope that I'm not digging in too bad. It probably wouldn't be a huge deal because I'm going to bind it, and if I were going to round it over, it wouldn't be a big deal, so maybe something I don't need to worry about, but I am, because that's what I do. And I know you can't see me over here, so I'm just going to pull that out of there and then just go around the front here. And I am just mainly concerned about getting the, the softer, the stuff that's still fabric. Stuff that's got the, whatever you call this stuff, Simtech, is really hard. It's not going to be a problem
trimming that off at all, so. Oops. I still need to know, though, what you think about color, as far as that's something else I mentioned in the comments in the previous video. What color you think I ought to go? I was thinking black, and I thought, well, it would really be a lot more interesting if it were an actual color. Maybe, you know, one of the colors in the fabric, of course. Something that would just, you know, really make it pop with that. So there we go. We're all the way around the thing. All right, I'm going to go set up the router. All right, so I've got the fabric trimmed, ran it around the router bit, and then sanded it some, and just kind of did a quick once around with the hand block just to make sure I didn't have any little wiggles anywhere. Got those out. So we're going to go to the router for the binding, and something I made when I was doing the 335. So I know I haven't run any of the 335 stuff yet, so we'll do a quick shot of the router, and then we'll just go into the into the routing on the binding channel. All right, so here's the jig. I designed it to fit the 335, and the 335 is it was on a 3/4 inch frame that I was holding it up off the table with, because the back is carved as well as the top. And so this is just a laminate trimmer. This happens to be a porter cable, a couple drawer guides, and a little spring loaded. But it was too high. It's bottomed out too high to do this top right down against the table. So I just got a piece of 3/4 inch millimeter here, and that will be fine. And that just, there's a collar under there, a plastic collar that is radiused, and I put it on my drill press and filed it to the right size. I think I have some video of this. I don't know if I've posted any of it, but if I haven't, and if I didn't get any good video of it, I'll do a little deeper view into this. And I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to set the camera up somewhere else, because it's kind of right where I need to be right now. All right, hopefully you'll get some of this. And here's your headphone or earbud warning. Okay, so that's the first time around, and it's shallower and shallower both directions. So the next time I'll change the color, and I'll also lower the depth a little bit to get it closer to the right size for this binding. I always take a smaller cut first in case I have a problem with chip out anywhere. I didn't. And the other thing I did have a problem with, though, is because the router is stopping here, this 3/4 inch piece wasn't high enough to get to come in and get that whole arm contour. So it basically just went to as low as it would be and then didn't do anything. So I have another piece that I'll throw on here to take care of that with. But I'm just going to change the cutter and get to the right sizer. But you got the idea there. So that's it for now.